In my work recruiting non-executive directors, I often get asked whether we use psychometric testing. It's a really good question. We use psychometric testing for executives. Why wouldn't we use it at board level? And by psychometric testing, I guess there's two sorts of different types. There's the aptitude or capability testing, and then there's the behavioural or personality testing. In some respects, I think we don't do this because almost it's a generational issue, and maybe by the time people get to board level, they think that they've proven their worth, whether it's by skills or capability or their style. But there's another reason I think we don't do it, and particularly why we don't do the personality or behavioural testing at director level when we're recruiting. And that's because that's an individual test. And of course, what do boards do? They operate collectively. What we really want at board level is a group of people who come together with their skills, their experience, and their rich diversity background to be able to maximise their contribution to the board's thinking. In that regard, the whole's greater than the sum of the parts. So understanding the different personality types and the different thinking styles of each director is a really important component of the board dynamic. And I think that's the more useful place to think about personality testing. Because what we want to do is have a really rich dynamic where everyone's contribution's valued. And by understanding where each person comes from, we can better do that. We want to be able to have good constructive challenge that aids decision making. We want to know where people come from, that aids communication and relationships. And conversely, if we don't do that, often what I see in practice is it results in frustration, it results in people withdrawing from the board because they feel that they're not being heard, and in turn we lose the really valuable contribution that people can make. So when we talk about then what the board's dynamic is, it can be useful to look at some sort of personality test or some sort of thinking style test. And one of the ones that I like in this regard is the Herrmann Brain Dominance Instrument. It gives us a really good understanding of where individuals come from and how they work as a collective. And of course that can also be useful if you're replicating that at executive level, so both the board understands how it works, but it also better understands its relationship with management.